Yes, so I'm going to take you all the way to a place called Hell. The Inferno.
Oh, I thought it was
Okay.
your Afrikaans class with Mr. Diago.
It wasn't hell. It was cool. I just have to find that yes, the Inferno. There we go. So we're in Canto 33 of
from
about
Milton.
of Dante Alighieri.
Oh, yeah.
Inferno.
Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah.
He wrote Paradise Lost. You're thinking
Yes.
of Paradise. No. Inferno, the 9 circles of hell. We're in the 9th circle. Canto 33 of about 36 or
This is where
37.
Brutus and
Just
Judas
before,
Iscariot, if I remember.
just before the beast of Satan is biting the head off Brutus and Judas.
Right.
The last conversation Dante has is with Ugolino and Regeri. So Ugolino was, I think he was a bishop of Pisa, and Ugolino was the strong man of Pisa, whatever that means. And he talks to Ugolino, who's in the worst part of hell, because as Dante's Inferno is, the deeper you are in hell, the worse your sin was. And Canto 33 starts with his mouth uplifted from his grim repast, that sinner wiping it upon the hair of the same head that he behind had wasted. Then he began, Thou wilt that I renew the desperate grief which wrings my heart already, to think of only ere I speak of it. But if my words be seed that may bear fruit of infamy to the traitor whom I gnaw, speaking and weeping shalt thou see together. So he's eating the brain of Regeri, and this is Ugolino.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were they fought
They were
each other
both
in Pisa.
messing up Pisa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But why is he in the worst part of hell? He's a traitor and deceitful, but it's to do with him being locked in the tower, probably of Pisa, with his sons, and he's in the worst part of hell because one of these answers is true. Because number 1, he cursed his sons. Number 2, he slaughtered his sons. Number 3, he neglected his sons. Or number 4, he consumed his sons.
I would guess just the kind of act of killing your children is bad enough to be in the bottom layer of hell. So I would say, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. He killed his sons. I mean, maybe it's even neglected. Maybe it's even not even as bad as killed. But I'm going to say he killed them.
But okay, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right,
lock it in.
Well, locked in. Boom, locked in. We'll find out after the break. All right. So let me tell you that the sins. I did a little course online. Got an honor certificate on Dante's Inferno. 6 weeks through university in America. Cost me nothing. But the sins are those 3 animals: the sins of the leopard, incontinence; the sins of the lion, violence; and the sins of the wolf.
Hang on, incontinence. So you shit your pants.
That means you can't control yourself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Cocaine and strippers, my friend. Cocaine and strippers.
I mean, let's be honest. The best things in life.
So that's the leopard. Then violence is the lion, and then the final. So the 9 are first divided into 3. Then the sins of the wolf is deceit and treachery, and that sort of
I
thing.
see. Okay.
So no, it wasn't killing his sons. It was locked up in the tower, and they were ready to. Then they bolted it, so they weren't going to get any more food. So in other words, you're going to starve to death.
So
You and your sons.
them.
And the sons were
But he did
like,
kill them. I mean, once you put someone in a room, if you wall them up,
but he was in there with him.
Oh, was he?
He was in there with him. So the sad part of it is they call it the sin of silence, because his sons were like, "Help us, Dad! What's going to happen?" And his heart turned to stone, and he didn't weep. He couldn't weep. He just did nothing.
So did his political opponents lock him in the wall? I mean, that sounds like Dante's got a political motive of his own. He's trying to justify, oh, listen, we locked this guy up, but he was an asshole. You know, he deserved to be in the 8th level of hell. He was a bit of a dick. But actually,
I remember you saying when I told you backstage at Parker's the one time that I was doing this course, and you're like, he was this guy who wrote a poem about all his enemies being in hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, quite right, yeah. That's pretty much all his contemporaries.
It sounds like he was. The poem is a bit political in that regard. But yeah, okay, all right. So it was what? It was neglect, really.
It was and they called it very dramatically the sin of silence. So it's like, because there was no bread for his sons to eat, they would have eaten his words. Like if he'd said, "Look, we're all going to die, but at least we're together," they would have been comforted. But he didn't. He said nothing, and they all died before him. And then he died, and then he wept. But that's the strange psychological tragedy of say something rather than nothing. So when I look at relationships, and even people who are having relationship issues and stuff, if I'm ever in a position to advise them, I always say something rather than nothing. Don't give the silent treatment, or if you do, don't do it for too long. It's cruel. Speak, communicate. Even if you're worried about saying the wrong thing, say something. If someone's grieving because they've lost someone dear to them, and you're like, "Oh, I feel awkward to say sorry for your loss," just say whatever awkward thing you have to say, rather than say nothing. The sin of silence.
I feel the rage abating. I almost feel, Ryan, like that was deep enough, profound enough, useful enough for people who've made it this deep into the podcast that you almost are forgiven for that bullshit about the tomato plant.
The tomato plant. Please say something in the comments. Don't say nothing. Say something about you remembered it too from Potchefstroom 1996.
Nobody remembers it, Ryan. Ryan, history is going to damn you in those comment sections. Damn you is what's going to happen. It's going to be like, you're a lunatic. None of us remember this, is what people are going to say.